It's been a few months really since we took over this house. We bought it and we wanted to build the furniture for it. I think it's very exciting to be here at this point where I can talk to you about the development and the things that I've been running through my mind and keeping my attention on, because it's such a big thing for me to go into a home like mine now and start thinking about building every stick and stem of furniture that's made from wood and designing each piece for a specific room. And I want you on the journey with me because you're as much an important part to me in this as is the furniture that's going to go in here, because I want by the end of this you to be able to make just about any piece of furniture you ever want to make. And not only that, but the design is going to be important. So I'm starting here. This is my living room. It's not a very big room, but it's very typical for an English home. It's very typical for an apartment, even in New York or somewhere like that. Anywhere in the world, I want people to start making their own furniture, and actually I want them to be empowered to do it, because this is how it starts. This is how you start your apprenticeship. And when we start these pieces, it doesn't matter if they're perfect. What matters is if you made it yourself, and I think that's the key. It was a couple of months ago when we first talked with our architect and the engineer. We had a structural engineer come in because we wanted to do some structural work on the building. I don't want to do the structural work on the building. It's going to be all I can do to develop the furniture pieces, design them, prototype them, pull all the videos together and get you out there in the garage making your own pieces. So we've taken an architect in because she's very good and she's helped us with previous work. And we felt like she could bring a modern concept to our lives to facilitate the future. So the structural engineer, he's come in because we're going to take walls out. The walls on this house are all brick all the way through, so it means structural work. So we want to replace what was supporting probably with steel. Things are restricting me. I've got a radiator on one wall and I've got a fireplace on another wall. And do I want to keep them in that particular application? Probably not. I don't really want the fireplace because I probably won't use it. So those are all the different components that I've got to consider. I've got a nice bay window. How can I emphasize the bay window without it just being a window? I might want to put some seats in there. I might want to put a special bookcase or something like that. So I've got bookcases to consider. I've got display shelves to consider. I want them to be creative pieces. I want them to be artistic. I don't want them to be just functional. I want them to be beautiful. So I have to choose my woods. I've got to choose shape and size. I've got to consider negative space, positive space, how much space I can allocate to it. You know, they say that nature abhors a vacuum, and I think that's true. When I came into this room and it felt so empty, my mind was racing. You know, what can I do to fill this thing called space? And I think the important thing now as a maker and a designer is I'm looking at the space, because it does sound very echoey, and some of the pieces that I want to build, the soft cushioning, the fabrics for the curtains and so on, the couches, they will absorb some of this echo, and but so too will wooden furniture too if it's designed properly. With this, I want to see how we can pull together designs that really work well together. They may not be exactly the same, they could be direct opposites, but they can still complement one another. And I think that's been something that I have wanted to do for a long time, but never been in a position to do it. Now I'm in a position to do it just because I'm older and more mature, just because I have the skills and the knowledge. But beyond that, the thing is that we've kind of allocated about 5 years, and I don't think we can set that in stone, but a 5-year program is a pretty good investment in the future of woodworkers and the future of furniture makers and designers. And a 5-year plan, is it long enough? I really don't know, but if it takes 6, then I'll do 6, and if it takes 8, I'll do 8. It's a long-term project, this. It's a major investment of time, a major investment of money and effort, and then all the people behind the cameras that you don't see the major investment from their lives and their development and growth. All of these are the synchronization of lives and the symmetry of design. All of those things are all coming together in this amazing next few years.